Welcome to the mythical creatures.
The myth of the Deer Woman, also called Deer Lady, is an ancient and fascinating figure found in many Native American traditions, particularly among tribes such as the Lakota, Ojibwe, and Creek. Her story is both mystical and cautionary, blending elements of transformation, seduction, punishment, and nature's power. This blend of motifs makes Deer Woman a creature of rich symbolism, inspiring respect, fear, and intrigue. Over time, her tale has evolved, but she has remained a powerful figure symbolizing the connection between humans, nature, and morality. The origins of the Deer Woman myth are deeply rooted in Native American traditions, especially those from the central and northern plains of the United States. Each tribe has its own version of the Deer Woman story, but most depict her as a spirit being who embodies a blend of human and animal characteristics. In the stories of the Lakota Sioux, for example, Deer Woman is often depicted as a young and beautiful woman who appears to men. While she looks human, her legs or feet remain those of a deer, cloven and unmistakably animal. This duality represents her liminal status, neither fully human nor fully animal, but somewhere in between. Her character is often ambivalent, portrayed as both a benevolent and malevolent force depending on the context. She is said to be able to lure men into the wilderness, where they either become lost, enchanted, or even meet their doom. This aligns with the general motif in many cultures of the seductive, dangerous woman. But Deer Woman is unique in that her connection to nature is intrinsic. The Deer Woman is usually depicted as a stunningly beautiful young woman with long, flowing hair and a graceful appearance. She often wears traditional clothing, and her human-like beauty is what draws men towards her. However, upon closer inspection, her true nature is revealed. Her legs are often described as those of a deer, and in some stories her eyes gleam with an animalistic light. In other versions of the myth, Deer Woman can transform fully into a deer or a hybrid creature with both human and deer-like features. This transformation often occurs when she is confronted or when she chooses to reveal her true form. The deer is, of course, a symbol of grace, beauty, and speed, but it also has deep spiritual connotations in many Native cultures, representing a connection to the natural world, fertility, and even the afterlife. Deer Woman's behavior varies widely between different tribes and stories. Sometimes she is seen as a benevolent figure, guiding women or helping those in need. Other times, she is portrayed as a vengeful or dangerous spirit who seeks to punish those who have wronged her or the natural world. In some tales, Deer Woman appears to women, especially those dealing with issues related to childbirth, fertility, or relationships. She offers guidance, wisdom, and sometimes blessings. In these stories, she embodies the nurturing and protective aspects of nature, connecting her with fertility and the cycle of life. Deer Woman is also sometimes viewed as a protector of women and children. In certain tales, she punishes men who mistreat or abuse women, especially in the context of relationships. In this way, she serves as a moral enforcer, ensuring that women are treated with respect. More often, though, Deer Woman is depicted as a dangerous and seductive figure, luring men away from their homes, families, and communities. In these tales, she appears to men who are behaving immorally, often those who are unfaithful, abusive, or corrupt in some way. The men are usually enchanted by her beauty and follow her into the wilderness, only to realize too late that they are lost. In some versions, Deer Woman simply causes them to become lost in the forest, where they wander aimlessly until they die. In other versions, she transforms into a deer and tramples them to death. Her malevolent aspect is often linked to her role as an avenger or punisher of wrongdoers. This gives her an important moral dimension in the mythologies where she appears, as she is seen as a force that restores balance when humans act against the natural or moral order. The Deer Woman myth carries rich symbolism, much of which is tied to nature, femininity, and morality. Deer Woman, in all her forms, represents the deep connection between humans and nature. She is a reminder of the power of the natural world and its ability to seduce, protect, or punish, depending on how it is treated. Her animalistic features are not a mere disguise, but an integral part of her identity, symbolizing the idea that humans are not separate from nature, but part of it. In many Native American traditions, animals are viewed as spiritual beings with their own powers and personalities. The deer, in particular, is a symbol of grace, speed, and beauty, but it is also associated with fertility, life, and the cyclical nature of existence. By embodying these qualities, Deer Woman serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between human civilization and the natural world. Deer Woman's beauty and ability to seduce men is a common theme in her stories, reflecting broader cultural ideas about feminine power and danger. Like many mythical creatures from around the world, such as sirens or succubi, Deer Woman uses her beauty to lure men into danger. However, her seductive powers are not always portrayed negatively. In some stories, she is seen as a protector of women, using her beauty to punish men who have wronged them. This dual role highlights the complex ways in which femininity is viewed in mythology, both as a source of power and danger, but also as a force for justice. Deer Woman can be seen as a symbol of female independence and strength, standing outside of the traditional roles that women are often assigned in mythology. She does not rely on men, nor does she need to be saved by them. Instead, she uses her powers for her own purposes, whether to punish wrongdoers or to help those in need. One of the most important aspects of the Deer Woman myth is her role as a moral enforcer. In many of the stories where she appears, she targets men who have behaved immorally, especially those who have mistreated women or acted in ways that disrupt the natural balance. This makes Deer Woman a powerful symbol of justice and retribution. She is not a mindless predator, but a figure who seeks to restore balance by punishing those who have violated the moral or natural order. This aligns with broader Native American beliefs about the importance of living in harmony with nature and respecting the spiritual forces that govern the world. In this way, Deer Woman serves as a reminder that actions have consequences, and that those who act selfishly or cruelly will eventually face punishment. The Deer Woman myth is not limited to a single tribe or culture. She appears in various forms in the stories of many Native American groups, and each tribe has its own interpretation of her character. Among the Lakota Sioux, Deer Woman is often seen as a dangerous spirit who lures men into the wilderness. Her beauty is legendary, and she is known for her ability to enchant men with her grace and allure. However, those who follow her are doomed, as they become lost in the forest, never to return. In some versions of the Lakota story, Deer Woman is seen as a punisher of immoral men, especially those who have been unfaithful to their wives or who have treated women poorly. In this context, she serves as a guardian of women, using her powers to protect them from harm. In Ojibwe mythology, Deer Woman is often associated with fertility and childbirth. She is seen as a protector of women, especially those who are pregnant or trying to conceive. In this version of the myth, Deer Woman is a benevolent figure who offers guidance and support to women in need. However, The Ojibwe also tell stories of deer women luring men into the forest, where they become lost or die. In these stories, she is portrayed as a more dangerous and vengeful figure, punishing men who have acted immorally or disrespectfully towards women. The Creek version of the deer woman myth is similar to those of the Lakota and Ojibwe, but with some variations. In Creek stories, deer woman is often depicted as a shapeshifter who can take on both human and animal forms. She is known for her ability to seduce men and lead them into danger, but she also has a protective side, especially towards women and children. In some Creek stories, deer woman is seen as a guardian of the forest, punishing those who harm animals or damage the environment. This adds another layer of meaning to her character, as she becomes a symbol of the need to respect and protect the natural world. Contemporary interpretations and popularity. In recent years, the story of Deer Woman has gained popularity beyond Native American communities, with her figure appearing in various forms of media, including literature, television, and film. Some contemporary Native American writers and artists have reinterpreted the Deer Woman myth in modern contexts, using her story to explore issues related to gender, power, and the environment. In these retellings, Deer Woman is often seen as a symbol of female strength and independence, as well as a reminder of the importance of living in harmony with nature.
Thanks for watching. It will be nice to see you again in the world of mythical creatures.